Step 1, wake up early, gonna rise with the sun. Step 2, get some good, some food in you. Step 3, think real hard about what you wanna be. Step 4, everybody just do your thing.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day.
Hey guys, welcome back or welcome to my channel. So today's video, as you can tell by the title, which I'm very excited for, I'm going to be rereading the Caraval series. I'm rereading these in preparation, ready for October, where I'm going to start reading the Once Upon a Broken Heart series, ready for the third book to come out. So we are rereading these books. I'm super excited. I've been eager to reread them since I read them last year. They are a 5-star series for me. 5-star across the board. I don't see that changing. But this time round, I'm not just going to be reading it. I'm also going to be annotating it as well. I can't speak today, guys. We're just going to get used to that. But yes, I'm super, super excited. So I'm going to start with Caraval. I've already got all my annotated stuff ready. I literally got everything ready so that as soon as I'm finished with work, we can get read them. Because I need to work first. I need to do my job. I need to do the bits I need to do. So I can't read just yet, but you got my stuff. I've gone for these annotated stickers. Now, they don't quite fully match, but the idea is I should be able to use these across all of the series, because then they all kind of match in some way. So I can use all the same stickers. So yeah, that's the plans. That's the idea. So yeah, we got annotated stickers. I do have more of these. Thankfully, I ordered them in time. My transparent sticky notes are ready to go. I have my trusty pen, obviously, and then we've got highlighters. Now, I do have other highlighters, other colours, but these are kind of ones that I've gone for to try and match up a little bit. I'm going to use like the blue for like the top two, green for like the next like few there. The orange is like going to be those ones, and then like the dark like red cherry, I think they called it. I think it's been called red cherry. Either way, it will be like the bottom ones. So that's the plan anyway. We'll see. Like I said, I have other highlighters as well, other colours. But we are all prepped and ready to go for our reread of Caraval, which I'm super, super excited for. Like I said, obviously, I need to finish reading the book that I am reading. No, I don't need to finish reading the book I'm reading. I have finished the book I'm reading. I need to finish working. Working is what I need to do. So we're going to do that. So I'm going to finish all that off today. Hopefully finish nice and early because I've been on the roll today. Videos edited and uploading as we speak. So let's go. I'm going to start rambling so I can get back onto work. And we're going to come back and we're going to read Caraval together. I'm so excited for the reread. those are appalling. Hello. As you guys have noticed, I have started reading Caraval. I am up to chapter 4, page 33. It's so quick and easy to read, guys, honestly. But yes, I've started and I started my annotating. So I thought I'd just give you guys a little brief look at my annotating system, which isn't really much of a system, if I'm being very honest with you guys. I don't really have much to go on. It changes based on the book and what I feel like annotating, if I'm being honest with you. I normally do like a plot one, but I wasn't feeling it for this one. I felt like because there's so much that goes in towards the plot in these books and as a fantasy. So I thought I'd be hiding like mad. Obviously, I want to annotate, but I don't want to annotate like the entire book, if that makes sense. So this is what I do. I get a little bit of a sticky note, put it in, put some washi tape to keep it in place, and then we put what we want and the sticky notes that match. So I've got quotes, scene, emotions, and couple moments. So quotes is actually blue, even though it's like a dark green on the sticky note, it's kind of like a blue. Scene is like the green, olivey colour. Emotions are like the dark red, and then couple moments is the orange. For couple moments, obviously, there's a bit at the beginning here for Scarlett and Julian. This is going to be a spoiler vlog. I didn't say that, but this will be a spoiler vlog. So, just be warned, you're going to be hearing a lot of spoilers if you guys have. I'll put one in the beginning. But yeah, so I've already obviously highlighting a bit. I'm not highlighting out every couple moment, but I am going to be like ones that I feel are important towards the couple and their relationship and what kind of things that like either trigger their relationship or have an important impact on the relationship, things like that. So obviously we've got the first meeting between Julian and Scarlett, which I forgot a little bit that, you know, he's actually seen with Donatella first, making up with her, which was a bit like, I forgot that point. It's not like crazy, it's not like they were like actually having sex or anything, but I was just like, oh yeah, I forgot about that. So yeah, and little moments and things that he's done. I started off with that highlighter, but as you can see, it's then run out. So I'm now moved on to a bit of a brighter highlighter that you can actually see. So there's that too. But yeah, so I've got that moment. I've got where are we? When their father appears. Although he's not Scarlett's father, if I remember rightly, he's not Scarlett's father. And you know, he's trying to find out what daughter he was kissing. Teller convinces him to lie and say it was Scarlett. Obviously, that's an important part towards their relationship. Julian like kind of getting protective over them, obviously from Teller being hit by her dad, and you know, Scarlett trying to say like, it should have been me, like you didn't deserve it. Teller's like, I'm the one that deserved to be hit, not you, and like Julian's like saying like no one deserves this and stuff, and like offers to take them obviously to the island for free instead of now. And yeah, I've just had it that Scarlett is sending a message to Julian to me because he's going to try and get to him first and convince Teller to convince him not to take Teller to the island because she fears obviously that what will happen to them when they come back or if their father finds them and stuff. So she's trying to protect her sister and thinks that her marriage to the Count is going to do that and protect her and her sister. And obviously Teller's like, that's not the case. Like, he's not probably who you think he is. Scott's like, no, he's a gentleman. Like, he writes his letters. And, you know, Teller's like, anybody could be a gentleman for a letter. Which, facts, my friend, facts. I did highlight, I underlined. Some, like, underlining bits as well that, like, don't correlate within, like, the categories that I've got that I'm annotating, if that makes sense. I did turn this on right. Yeah, for a minute, I don't think I turned my mic on. But it's the part when Scarlett like remembers stories that her and Nana told her, and it's what happened to young women who didn't have families to protect them, girls who tried to make it on their own, who thought they were taking respectable jobs only to find themselves sold into brothels or workhouses with deplorable conditions. And I literally just things like real world problems, because that is real world problems, like for women, and not necessarily even just women, but some men as well. It's just, yeah, so real world problems there, if that makes sense. So yeah, that's where we're at. I thought I'd give you guys a little update. I know I have started it. My aim is to get a solid chunk of the way through tonight. So that's the aim, and I read it in a day last time. So I should be able to do it, even though I'm meditating, so I'm a bit slower, but that's the aim. But like I said, it's really quick and easy read, guys. Like, you can fly through this. So that's what I'm doing, and I'll give you guys another update like later on. Guys, I'm gonna have to excuse the angle. I apologise. And also the slide of my pillow there in the corner. I'm stopping reading a little bit earlier than I would have liked. I've got to page 78, so I'm now into like the second part. I'm into the night of Caraval Eve. So we've made a good chunk into it. I was hoping to sit and read some more. Maybe get to night 1 of Caraval. Which only would have been a bit more. Another 30, 40-ish pages. But you girls got some severe period cramps going on. Okay. Like some serious cramps going on right now. She's gonna like proceed to fall asleep. I can't focus on reading in this pain. So she's stopping. But my plan for tomorrow is in the morning I'm gonna get some work bits done. So I'm gonna schedule some posts and other little bits that need to be done. And hopefully get all those done if I can before 11ish. She hopes, she prays. And then the plan is, obviously I've got hospital at 1 tomorrow. So the plan is if I can do that before 11, then I can read for like a solid hour and 15, hour and a half. Get a lot further through the book. And then obviously go to the hospital appointment, come home and devour the rest of the book is the plan of action. Is what she is hoping to do. So fingers crossed. Is this on? Yes, it is. I didn't think it was on for a second there. So yeah, my aim is to devour the rest of this tomorrow. It's a 400-page book. That only leaves me with like 324 pages, which will be fine to do it. So I'm gonna get up early. If I can schedule my post before the Karen comes, then the Karen will come. Then I just need to do the other little worky bits, just updating, I think. And then she can read. So if I can get to, say, night 2 of Caraval before we go to the hospital, so it'll take me to just about another 100 pages. So if I can read another 100 pages before going to the hospital, then I can literally come home and just devour the rest of that. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. So that is the plan. But to give you guys an idea of where we are at, obviously there's a lot of annotations going on here. But I updated you guys when I was up to about chapter 4, didn't I? So what has happened since? Where is it? Oh, there it is. Found it. Yes, she was sending a note off to meet Julian. Met Julian on the beach. Gonna tell her right. They ambushed her. She wakes up on a boat with Julian. No side, I tell her. So she's panicking, wondering what's happened to her sister. He's like, oh, I dropped her off earlier. She's there, she's fine. And she can tell the boat's not big enough. I can't fit all of us. Yada. Boat ends up getting a hole and starting to sink. So they have to swim for it. But she does not heed dear Julian's advice of taking off her heavy clothing so it doesn't like pull her under. Now he just swam off because she said she could swim, so he's like, oh, it's fine. But then couldn't because of the dress. So he comes back to her rescue, cuts the dress off her. They swim back to the shore. They start wondering because she's like, I need to find my sister. I need to find my sister. And he's like, you need to get you warm, otherwise you're not going to find your sister because she's going to be dead. Yada, yada, yada again. They stumble upon a little clock shop, and lo and behold, what's in the clock shop? Some dry clothes for both of them, some food, and a little note for Miss Scarlet that reads, for Scarlet Dragna and her companion, I'm so pleased you could make it, legend. It starts, a guy appears, tries to convince her to go for a shortcut. Julian leaves her, he's like, I ain't doing that, you shouldn't do that, I'm gonna go follow this note. She almost does, but he gave me a Little Mermaid vibes, and he was like, I'd just like to borrow your voice. That was a bargain for her to go through the shortcut, was to borrow her voice for an hour. Little Mermaid vibes, everybody. Little Mermaid vibes. So yes, she says no, runs, hoping to find Mr. Julian, calls out, no sight of him, starts running, and lo and behold, who appears? Mr. Julian. Mr. Julian appears. And it was, why haven't you gone in yet? She pointed towards the turret house. Half relieved not to be alone, half nervous to see the sailor again. A few minutes go by, he rushed out of the clock shop. Now Julian sauntered. A few minutes ago, he rushed out of the clock shop. Now Julian sauntered closer, as if he had all the time in the world. His tone was warm and friendly. He said, maybe I was hoping you show up. The Scarlet found it difficult to believe he'd just been standing there waiting for her, especially after the abrupt way he left her. But she cares. Okay, he cares. He wants to protect her. Okay, we know this. They arrive. We have the girl on her unicycle. Ask for their tickets. The Scarlet ticket has her name on it. The other ticket has no name on it. So she's like, what's happened? Julian pretends to be her fiance, and that they were gifted to Scarlet from Legend, which, I mean, technically they were. But either way, he pretends to be the fiance. With one she's going to be marrying in a week's time. The cyclist like, oh yeah, Master Legend said, I should have known, I was expecting you. I forget my name sometimes. They make their way. She does the whole big spill saying it's a game. Don't let us trick you. It's all a performance. We're gonna make you want to believe it's all real. And it's like, remember this, girl. Remember this. You guys read the book, you know. Remember this. And then it is, you have to play the game. You want to take this path. A curving lane to the girl's left, lit up with puddles burning silver wax. They made the way glitter against the dark. If you're here to watch, she nodded, right, and a sudden breeze swayed, hanging paper lanterns to light, casting a vacant orange glow above the sloping trail. Julian dipped his head close to the sky. Don't tell me you're considering just watching. Of course not, Scarlet said, but she hesitated before taking a step in the other direction. She observed the candles flickering against the full night, the shadows holding behind the darkened trees and flower bushes that lined the sparkling route into the game. I'm only staying for a day, she reminded herself. And that, dear readers, is where I've left it. So I'm super excited. So I've left it that they are entering Caraval. They've made it in time before the night ends. So I am intrigued in a whole. I said intrigued like as if I haven't read this book. I've read this book. I love this book. It's a 5-star book for me. I'm just intrigued to reread it all again and to be able to take my annotations this time. That's what I was trying to kind of like go along the lines of saying, but it sounded as if I was saying that I hadn't read the book. And I have. I know what happens. I know what happens. So yeah, as you can tell, pain, tired. I'm gonna stop rambling. I'm gonna crash out. I'll look at you guys tomorrow when I have read started reading some of the book. it's been a little while since I've given you guys a update, but I'm up to chapter 12, page 108. This is where I left it before I went off for my physio appointment. We are now like 20 to 6 because I come back, I had a delivery, so I opened that, which was more books for the shop, so I unboxed those, sorted those out, restocked. Then I've been started sorting out the rep forms for the new rep period, which is going out within the next couple of days. So I've been busy working, so I haven't managed to read any more. But we left you guys, me, only person, left you guys with it going to the night of Caraval Eve. So they've entered Caraval. They had entered Caraval. They were in the building at the main house, overlooking things. Guy appears, informs them what's happening. They need to give blood to put on a contract to seal it, to say that Caraval and Master Legend are not responsible for any possible accidents and incidents that happen, because sometimes people can get carried away and things can become a little bit too real. So they've done that, signed them. They've made their way to their hotel for the night because it shuts at sunset. So they need to get there before sunset, pretty much. No, sunrise. Sunrise, get it right, girl. Jeez. Yeah, sunrise. Wow. So they get there. Julian persuades Scarlett to go on a boat because she's like, I need to find my sister. He's like, look, it'll be faster if I find your sister on the boat. Like, we need to get there. Like, if not, we're going to be shut out. No, yeah, they get there, right? They get there just in time, but Julian pushes Scarlett through the door and the door shuts in his face before we can get through it. And I'm like, we know. So I've read it. She pleads with the landlady woman to let him in. Like, it's not even dawn breaks yet. Like, let him in. She's like, I can't break the rules. And she's like, it's my fiance, we're gonna get married. She's like, I hate breaking couples up, but I can't break the rules. And he's like, I must let Legend's guest and do. And Lay's like, why didn't you say that sooner? Opens up the door. She calls out Julian. She worries because he's not there. Next thing you know, you hear him shouting Crimson, and he runs, gets in, and the lady shuts the door. And they're like, how the hell did you convince her? And she's like, I just asked and everything. And he's like, yeah, my little liar. So they do it. They get the keys to their rooms. They have 2 rooms, room 8 and room 9. They make their way up, and now the rooms aren't laid out normally. Like room 2, I think, was on 3rd floor. One's on 3rd floor. The room numbers do not correlate to the floors. So they found their rooms. Scarlett goes in. Next thing you know, there's another door opening up, and who should be coming through it? Oh, Julian, because they have the same room but 2 different doors to enter it. So it didn't look like they were sharing a room. Smarty. And Julian's like, well, I'm not, not sleeping and not sharing, that. He jumps on the bed. She's like, no, what you doing? He's stripping, get ready for bed. She's like, no, I can't do it. He's like, look, I don't care, really. I really don't care. I'm sleeping here. I'm not sleeping on the floor. I'm not sleeping on that couch. He's like, I'm going to go down and ask for a different room. She goes to leave, and then he throws an envelope, I believe, towards her, of going, it's got your name on it. I think this will be your first clue. Because they get given clues now that lead one after the other. So the first clue is in the hotel room, which is what they've just received. And then it will lead them to the next clue, and so on and so on and so on to get to the end. So that's where I've left it. Her with her first clue. But the tension between them, oh my god, guys, the tension. They have just seemed like Scarlett, I don't really feel like she registers how protective she's kind of becoming of Julian, because for Christ's sake, she didn't even out in the dark and shut out. Julian as well is you can see these little bits of protectiveness coming through from him. And she's actually at one point questions herself of there it was. She didn't know when she started expecting more or why. She started feeling from expecting more from him in a different way that she was not expecting, clearly wasn't prepared for. you know, but she's still so stubborn and stuck in her head. And so, like, I need to do this. I need to marry the count to save me and my sister. Like, that is the only way me and my sister are going to be saved. I have no other options. It's got to be done. I have to be back. Da, da, da. Like, she hasn't really opened up to the idea that actually there could be another way to save you and your sister from your father. And she's like not registering that right now. She's just so set on like it has to be this one way, otherwise it's not going to work and we're not going to be safe. So we're still kind of there, but like she is slowly being drawn into Caraval and slowly starting to like appease to its wonder and like getting sucked into the joy of it and the beauty of it. So obviously we know she's not going to be there for one day. We know, for Christ's sake, there's 3 books. We know this doesn't happen. And I mean, thing. But yeah, I'm loving it just as much as I did the first time, honestly, and like annotating it as well. She's been so good. But yeah, I ran out of. I showed you. I think you guys might have seen the clip earlier, but I ran out of these sticky notes on this strip of them on here. So I'm using a different color because it's kind of like one of the most similar colors with slightly. It's just darker. Kind of looks like that one, but it isn't. The camera doesn't really give it like justice. So yeah, we've done that. I could have got like another one of these out. I could have got another one with like more of the colours, but I don't really want to use those up and then not be left with any, because like I said, I want to try and use the same colours throughout. So I'm going to use up what I can on this one before having to move on. So yeah, that's where we're at. That's what we're doing. Like I said, I haven't read any more yet. I'm still determined. I'm going to sound really, really psycho right now, and I apologise, but I'm still determined to try and finish this book today. Realistically, do we think that's going to happen? Hell no. Hell to the fuck no, that isn't going to happen. But I'm hopeful, and I'm going to try and do as best I can and get as far as I fucking can, because it's such an easy read. Like, I do fly through it. And I did start reading a bit earlier today than I planned to. But then I was kind of like stopping and starting with work bits and stuff. So I'm just finishing off these bits here, getting my forms out. And yeah, then we are going to go sit in the lounge and read. Me and my mum are going to also put on some true crime shows because we are a little psycho like that. As you do, a little psycho. Yeah, that's kind of like the plans and stuff. That's kind of what we're doing. I thought I'd give you guys a little update because I hadn't seen you guys yet today. I did. Oh, they're in the other room. Let's go. Let's move. Because I've been buying my highlighters obviously from Amazon and that, but they're running out. So I've had, since started annotating this book, I've already had to bin like 3-4 highlighters because I binned one this morning. What was the other one? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so 4. I've had to bin 4 highlighters. And I don't want to keep paying out the price that I'm paying on Amazon because it's ridiculous. I'm like looking on this morning for 9. I'd have to pay like 12 quid. Now, we love the UK. B&M, right? Because we were that way because I had the hospital. So B&M. Pack of 6 for 4 quid. So, for the 12 quid I would have had to pay for 9. I got 18. Like, that is just bargain, if I may say so myself, because I would love to use these highlighters in the book boxes, but they are so expensive to get. So if I'm gonna put those ones in, then I'm gonna have to really, really hike up the price of the book boxes to accommodate to it. So yeah, it makes it a little bit harder. I mean, I might do in the future update into that, because I do want to still update the boxes again some more anyway and put some more into it, but I don't really want to do that just yet because I've only not long ago done an update and like a price increase to accommodate to like the cost of living and stuff. But unfortunately, another one is going to have to happen pretty soon because I can't keep affording to put everything I put in it at the price that it currently is. And I hate to say it, but unfortunately that is the way at the moment with cost of living. So that's what's going to be. I'm probably tomorrow. My day's a little thingy now. That sounds like I meant it in a bad way. I don't mean it in a bad way. My niece's Lyra's assembly in the morning, and she wants me to be there because they've got an extra ticket now, so she wants me to be there for her. So obviously I'm going to go to that in the morning. No questions asked. Obviously I'm going to be there for her. Then I do have a order to collect from Every with some more books to do a bit more of a restock with the shop. So I might then go and get that, come back, and then obviously I have my TikTok live because it's Friday, so it'll be New Product Friday. And then it'll be sit and chill and read for the rest of the evening. So we're going to see how it goes. Determined as hell to get through this book. So what I will do in the mornings when I wake up, I will read before the carer gets here instead of doing white books. I'm just going to focus on reading. So that's where we're at. I'm going to start rambling because I've been rambling now for like 10 minutes. So I'm going to take this off. I have just shut the laptop up. So we are going to go sit down and lounge, wait for everyone to get back from picking up my youngest niece from school. And then we will get ready to watch some true crime. We're not going to watch it while my niece is here, by the way. We're not like going to do that. She will be going home with her dad as soon as she comes back here because he's walking my oldest niece over for her leavers like party tonight here at the school. So yes, I'm going to end it there, stop rambling, and I will. Sorry guys, I dropped the microphone. Sorry. That's my sign. So it is later now. I have read more. I have. She's up to chapter 17, page 166. Now it's one more chapter, this last chapter, until night 2 at Caraval. But we know what's coming. I'm tired. I am tired, so I need sleep. Especially now I'm going to be going to my niece's thingy in the morning at 9:15, her leaves assembly, so I need to be with it for that. So sleep is important in the. But as I said, I did read some more, so we're a good way through. Yeah, but we've read some more, and I'm just still loving it as much. And I think it's getting so good, so good. I'm not going to do like a full rundown now because I gave you guys one earlier. I'll do it tomorrow when I've read a lot more. Hopefully, maybe finished. I don't know. But otherwise, what it is, it's just first at Caraval. They found the first clue, gone to the place where they believe the second clue is. It's this like palace, where she's spoken to the like fortune teller, who's kind of like giving her idea of her future with the cow and stuff. And then she finds the tunnel, so she follows who she believes is Julian. At this point in the book, you don't know, obviously. At this point in the book, you don't know. So who she believes is Julian into the tunnel, sees the red-lipped woman that rode them in the boat the first night. Who's telling her to go, she shouldn't be there. You know, she's hearing screams. She leaves, gets back to the tavern, who she then sees who she believes is Julian, let in, with who was originally the pregnant lady, but it's not, it's Dante. And he like embarrasses her, like before he says. And she goes up to the hotel tavern room, hoping she can see Julian, but she doesn't. And yeah, nobody there. So she's like, he's either kept to his promise where they would swap every day who stayed in the room, or he never made it out of, is the name of the place, Castillo Maldito, or he's never left there. So that's where we've left it. Obviously I'm reading it slower because obviously one, I am annotating, but two, when you look back on last year when I read it, I wasn't working, I wasn't doing anything other than reading YouTube. I think I started at the point, or starting, and yeah, like Instagram and stuff. So I had a lot more of my day free, but now I have a business and obviously things to do. I can't read it as I have much time reading as I would like. So actually I'm going to stop moving the book around like it's threatening. I'm gonna stop doing that. But plan of action: wake up, do some reading, go to my niece's assembly, go to the shops to pick up my parcel, come back, do my TikTok live, and then we're going to sit and read the entire evening. Like, that book will be finished tomorrow, and I will be starting the next one. Guaranteed. That is the action. I will be starting Legendary tomorrow, whether it be at 10 o'clock or 12 o'clock. It will be started. Because I'm determined to finish these books by Monday. So, we can do it. Because we've got the weekend. We've got Reading Sprints on Sunday. Sunday is Reading Sprints Day. So, we will take advantage of those two. And I'm sure me and Mo will be doing our own little Reading Sprints. Sorry, I'm healing after getting windburn the other week at my niece's sports day. So yeah, that's the plan of action tomorrow. That's what I'm doing. So yeah, I'm gonna catch you guys tomorrow, Billy. Alright, so we are doing a very small and quick update, but I did read an extra chapter this morning, like I said I was going to. So I'm now up to Caraval Night 2. Is that what we said? It's what we said. It's what we said last night. So that's where I'm up to. I'm up to date with that. Julian appeared in the night, beaten up. Okay, just saying. But so yeah, we're now going to go on TikTok live. I've literally done everything I said I was going to do this morning. Read before, went to my niece's leave assembly, went to the leave assembly, went to the shop. We picked up the books that we need from every, so I can now add those to restock. And yeah, now we're about to go on TikTok live, pack some orders, which you can see up there. And yeah, I will update you guys later when I've read even more. I'm coming in a little update because I haven't spoken to you guys since I went on live. And I've read some more. I'm up to chapter 32, page 298. I'm vlog updating.
I thought you were. I walked in, I could see you talking, and I was like,
Yeah, vlog
and
updating.
you're looking that way instead of that way, which obviously I don't know if it makes sense on your screen with what I'm doing.
TV's that doors that way.
Doors that way, and you were going that way.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, she's
Just-
recording.
I'm updating my vlog before it gets too late.
I'll carry on while you're doing that.
So yeah, so I'm now up to chapter 32, page 298. As you can tell, I'm on call with more. And it's so good. We're getting ready to go into the final night. So I don't remember where I was when I last updated you guys. So I'm just gonna leave it general because I generally have no clue where I was. But they've been finding clues going around. Dante is dead. Her father and the Count have arrived at Caraval, and Julian had his face cut, which is very upsetting. But can we guys look at those tabs, okay? That is a crazy amount of tabs. Like, my thing is getting very short. But we are doing good. We are going into the last 100 pages. I'm on, like there's 400. I'm on 298. I am probably going to read maybe another chapter or two tonight. I really, really wanted to get this book finished today. Like I wanted to yesterday, but like I really, really wanted to do it today, but it didn't happen. So if I can maybe read another chapter or two, I'm not sure. Undecided. But it will be finished in the morning before I go to my grandparents, and then I'm going to start Legendary at my grandparents, and then come home and just read Legendary all afternoon, evening, and then Sunday hopefully finish it in the morning. Then I've got Reading Sprints. I'm going to start finale and just devour that all day again. So I'm sure you'll be seeing more in the evenings, over the weekend, because we are both determined to do a lot of reading this weekend and do a lot of catching up. So yeah, that's where we're at. I am determined. This weekend I will do like little worky bits that need to be done, like scheduling some posts and stuff. But that will be like it. I'm not going to be packing any orders or anything. not at least until I have finished the series. So that's the plan of action. That's what we're going to do. I wanted to give you guys an update before it got too late because it's like just gone 11, and my parents are going to bed, so I just wanted to get this filmed in so I'm not having to do any whispery clips and you guys not hearing me. I wanted to give you guys just where we are there, so we shall see. But this will be definitely finished in the morning. So the next clip you will see is me saying I have finished Caraval, and it will be before I go to my grandparents. Determined. I won't let you down on this one, I promise. This one will be it. I've kept true to my word this time. As promised, the next clip was me having finished Caraval. And still 5 stars, guys. Like, still 5 stars. I still absolutely freaking love this book. Like, look at all those, like, annotations and everything underlined, and just the pure joy that I have when I read this book. I needed the comfort read. If you guys have seen me around with my channel the last like few weeks and stuff, you know I've really struggled with the motivation to pick up a book and read. And I needed this. I need Caraval. I need the series. I needed the comfort read and something that I know I love to get me back with the motivation. So my girl's very happy. She's finished it. Like she said, still 5 stars, obviously, and like it's just so good. I don't know where I've left it for you guys. I think I was saying this, I generally don't know the last clip I have of me talking about the book. But like they find out more clues. So I know I said that the count and her father had arrived. Obviously Julian got a cut. But as Scarlett describes it, it's devastatingly beautiful. So yes, we've had that. We've had the escaping the count, going on the hunt to find more clues and to find her sister. She takes her leap of faith, runs into Legend, who messes with her, kills Julian. Oh, Julian, when he dies, my heart breaks every time, and I know what happens, but my heart still breaks. And she goes to hunt for her sister. Her sister's like playing the game, convincing, and then her sister jumps from the balcony. I'm missing a lot of little details. I'm going for like the main stuff. Has a balcony. Scarlett goes down, wishes that her sister will be alive. Where's the quote? I had it highlighted. Might be there. Where is it? I had it. Oh, here we go. We're gonna find it. Here it is. Found it. She found it. I went to felt back. I found it. But it's every person gets one impossible wish. If the person wants something more than anything, and they can find a bit of magic to help them along, and she uses that to wish her sister back to life. Obviously nothing happens straight away. She worries she was delayed, like she didn't get the wish. She goes and finds Legend, asks for the wish. He can't do it because obviously it's sunrise, Caraval's over, all the magic is disappearing, those playing are losing, like people are leaving and stuff, and the guy who plays Legend, because it's obviously not the real Legend, is like trying to tell her without telling her because they can't say. The performers cannot say anything. They have a magic binding them that they can't say the truth and the facts. So he's like trying to get her to come up with the answer herself, and she does, and obviously finds out he's not Legend, he's just a performer. Then her sister strolls in, but she finds out her sister was sending letters to Legend, and they were corresponding, and put this all together. Sister walks back in. They have a big everything. And yeah, it like goes then to them having a party. Sorry, there's a hair. Have the party. Scarlett sees Julian again because he's still alive. Obviously, he's a performer. He can't die in the game. Well, he does die in the game, but he comes back alive at the end of the game. Obviously, he still has a scar because even though he can't technically die in the game, he can still keep the scars from any injuries. So he still has that, and you know, he explains what he can. We find out that Julian is Legend's brother, so he knows the real Legend. He knows the real Legend. He's his brother. And Scarlett gives him another chance. She forgives, and they give him another chance. And then our epilogue is actually from Donatella's point of view, and we find out that she's been hiding a few more secrets, and somebody is about to come and collect payment for helping her get to where they are and escape her father in the island. So that's where we lead off into Legendary. We start finding out a lot of Donatella's secrets and what's happened. So we're going to start on Legendary. I'm super excited. Super excited. 416 pages. That's good. So I'm going to start when I get to my grandparents, because I'm going to go upload some clips, upload a few things, do things on the computer before we go. This will get started when we are there, and I'll give you guys an update when we are back. But we are finally moving on to Legendary. And like I was saying last night, my aim is literally, like I said, okay, I'm going to do some worky bits now, and then that'll be it for the day. And my grandparents come back, and it'll just be reading. We'll probably have Moore's company again later, because Moore is also painting her walls, so she wants a bit of company too. So we're going to be doing that. Yeah. Caraval is done. We're going to move on to Legendary, and I will catch you guys later when I've started the book. I'm just coming in to give you guys a really quick update, because today has not gone the way I wanted it to go. Obviously, I finished Caraval this morning. The plan was to read with my grandparents. That didn't happen. Come home expecting to read, and that did not happen. My nieces are now came over. My one niece wanted to help with the books, the other one was doing puzzles. We were trying to sort them out. Then I had work bits happen, and then I came to sit down to read, and then my nieces decided to join me to do TikToks. Well, that didn't happen. Finally started reading at about somewhere between 6 and half 6. I'm now currently at page 96, going into night 1 of Caraval in Legendary. So I'm almost at the 100-page mark. I probably will read maybe another chapter for bed, because I'm currently on chat with Moore over there. So we are currently on calls, so I'll probably end up reading another chapter. So, but I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Not as many annotations at the moment, but I feel like this is because there's a lot happening, but I'm just doing the same annotations that I did for the first book. I'm going to do it for the whole series. So it's quotes, scenes, emotions, and couple moments. So, and then if there's any kind of like plotty things, I'm kind of just underlining them. Like, example, if I don't drop my book, bloody hell. Let's see if I can find that example again, or a example again. Can I find a example? Yeah. We found a example after I dropped the book, but yeah, I'm underlining. Clearly that's my sign. But yeah, I'm loving it. They've had like morning out at the party, boat ride, and they are now obviously at the Isle of Belinda. I believe it's the Isle of Belinda. I think it's the Isle of Belinda. So yeah, we are there. We are ready. The Meridia's Emperor capital city, Belinda. There we go. Meridian Empire. Clearly can't speak and put my thoughts together, so we're gonna leave that like that. I'm probably gonna end up reading like another chapter, maybe two. But yeah, that's what I'm gonna give you guys an update today because today did not go planned. So tomorrow's plan: wake up, read a bit, do wacky bits, reading sprints, film a video, read. This book will be finished tomorrow, guaranteed. Guys, I'm determined to finish that book tomorrow and start finale. So that's where I'm at. I'm gonna stop rambling and I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Hey lovelies, as you guys would have seen in the last clip, I have just been doing reading sprints and I've made a good dent. So I last spoke to you guys at chapter 11, wasn't it? Page 9899. Oh, one was there. There it is. Yeah, night 1 of Caraval. I'm now up to night 3 of Caraval, chapter 22, page 221. So I've read a good solid 120ish just over pages, and obviously I'm absolutely fucking loving it. Night 1 was interesting. We had the bull, obviously we had Dante showing some protectiveness and trying to like help Tella and try and convince her not to go. We obviously then have at the ball, she actually walks in with Dante, but she meets her fiance, which is the Prince of Hearts, which is Jax, which is also her friend that she was communicating with and has to deal with. Jax, being the a-hole that he is at the time, kisses her and slowly begins to kill her. Her heart is like very slow, not like your normal rhythm beat, and yet he has control, and he's made a new deal with her that not only does he now want Legend's name, he also wants the identity. He actually wants Legend himself. She must also, throughout the 5 nights of Caraval, convince everyone that they are engaged, and if anybody ever finds out that it is a false engagement, she will die, and so will her mother, obviously. So that's that. And then they've started the games. She goes to a dress fitting thinking it's Jax. Dante's there. Dante kind of says it's him. He doesn't really. She then thinks it was Dante that set it up, and then it wasn't, but she starts believing. So Dante panics and wants to know what happened and wants to know what's going on between her and Jax and actually the truth. And obviously she can't tell him because Jax threatened Dante's life, and for some unknown reason, Tella's like, some reason she's like, she doesn't know why, but she wants to protect him and keep him safe. So there's all that going on as well. Then she goes and finds, obviously they get the first clue on the first night. She's then just been to the Temple District to find the second clue. Armando, the a-hole, is the one that reads her fortunes on a deck of cards again. and she gets a different set of cards this time. She was expecting the same ones that she had when she was younger, so like 7 years ago, when her 7 years ago it was, when her mum stumbled upon her with her mum's deck of cards. So she had the Prince of Hearts, the Maiden of Death, which were the same two that she had the first time. She was expecting the Oracle, but instead she gets the Shattered Crown, and then she proceeds to get the Lady Prisoner instead. So it's read differently. Amando's kind of then just gone into like I don't even know how to describe it, but all of a sudden he's like not the same cocky arsehole that he was. So yeah, and then he opens up the door and goes, look, follow the tunnel. When something makes you stop, that's where you find your second clue. She enters the tunnel, and lo and behold, she stumbles upon Julian and Scarlet having a conversation. Finds out that Julian is Legend's brother. And yeah, she, after Julian leaves, she enters into her sister's room, Scarlet's room. They have a talk. She's like, Scarlet's like, you know, I don't know whether to believe him or not, you know. She's like, I think the only way to find out for certain who Legend is if we keep using Julian to win the game. You want to use him, tell her, nearly toppled off the bed. This is not like her sister at all. Where did this come from? I thought you didn't even want me to play. I don't, but if you win and we meet Legend, then we can find out the truth about Julian. Scarlet pulled out a slip of paper as if it were a dagger she'd hidden up her sleeve. This was definitely a new side of Scarlet. Teller liked it. Julian gave me this, Scarlet said. It's the next clue. He said he wanted to help you, but I think he was trying to bribe me with it. She's like torn between taking him back and stuff after finding that stuff. But it's then obviously raises the clue, find out that she needs to go to the Spice Quarter to find obviously the next clue after that. Teller goes, come with me tomorrow night to look into this. Scarlet bit down her lip. What, do you have other plans? Who would I have plans with? Scarlet asked, but the question came out oddly shrill, and Teller swore her nightgown flinched. Quickly shook her from pink to black. Teller didn't know what her sister was hiding, but again, she had the feeling that Scarlet was concealing something. I'd just prefer not to go out at night, Scarlet added. I can't risk getting caught in the game again. I understand, Teller said. She just wasn't certain if she believed her. And that's where I've left it at the moment. So Scarlet seems to be playing a little game, hiding some secrets herself, which obviously we know what those secrets are by this point, as somebody who's already read the books. But yeah, so it's going to be interesting. So it's going into night 3 now of Caraval. So we're going to be going to the Spice Quarter. But yeah, like I said, I haven't still got as many tabs as I did in Caraval, but there's still a few in there. I've done a bit more underlining. Because things that I've been underlining between both the books, I don't know, say it's kind of been more like kind of plotty things, like little things, like details and stuff for the plot. So those kind of been what underlining, because if I was to highlight and annotate them, it would be like the entire book. So I didn't want to be like highlighting and annotating the plot bits, because obviously being a fantasy as well, there is so much to the plot. So I didn't want to constantly highlight those. So I've done more different kind of stuff, but highlighting and annotating, and just underlined the odd plot bits and stuff. So that's kind of what I've been doing. But yeah, that's where we're at. I want to give you guys an update. So we're doing good. I've got under 200 pages left. So this book will be finished today. I don't know how much I'm going to update you throughout, but I will probably update you some more. I'm going to be going on to call with more in a bit. I just need to go get my medication and have some lunch. So yeah, that's where we're at. We're achieving it. We're catching back up again. I think dedicating myself the day and stuff to reading has been helpful. So we shall continue, and the aim will be, like I say, finish this, and then we should hopefully start finale tonight and maybe finish up tomorrow. And then we will be all done for our Caraval read. But I'm still loving them just as much. Just as much. It's still so much 5-star reads for me. But yeah, that is where we are at. I'm going to go have my meds because I'm a bit achy. And I will catch you guys again soon. Hey my lovelies, I'm coming in with kind of like a quick update, but I did keep my word and I finished Legendary about half hour ago. As you can see, we had tabbed it up. Still 5 stars, guys, still 5 stars, still loved it, still adored it, still loved the tension, the characters, the twists, everything still just hits the same. Probably helps it's been over a year since I last read it, but still adored it. So yeah. I last left you guys with it going into day 3 of night 3 of Caraval. That's where I'd left it. So yeah, she just kind of had suspicions that Scarlett was hiding stuff. Then goes into the next night. Obviously, she finds out the truth about her mother and who her mother is, being Paradise, being a criminal from the island, and that she disappeared. So they find out that. I'm only going to give you guys a quick one because it is like 11:30. What I'm saying will probably be spoilers because my brain can't compute clearly, so we're going to be really, really quick because I'm struggling clearly. So yeah, finds out the truth about her mother. She falls for Dante even more. They hit it off. Dante does stuff to rescue her and save her. She's still concerned. She has a run-in with the undead queen and her handmaidens. They try killing her and taking decks, believing they are on her. She managed to fight them off. Dante comes to the rescue yet again to save her while she's slowly giving up in the water. And yeah, rescue her, tells her not to give up, not give up for her, and things that happen in between them, and they fall in. Gets more and more, and obviously, she finds out about the ring because she meets the Empress. She finds out about what her mother's ring is. Goes to the vault. Dante happens to be there with her. Finds out that her mother promised her second-born child. We don't finish the end of the bargain that her mother made. We don't finish the end of it because Teller knocks the thing over, so she doesn't hear the finished end of it. She only hears that part. So there is obviously more to that. Yeah, Dante just takes away. They kiss. She reveals everything to Dante about Jax, her deals, the fact that she will die if she doesn't win Caraval, and give Jax what he wants. Dante's like, I'm going to fix this, we're going to fix this, it'll be fine. Tells about the mother. And yeah, they admit, not that they love each other, they admit that they care for each other. It keeps going. Dante makes the bargain to get the cards, comes to it, reveals that he's legend, saves Teller after Teller puts herself in the cards to rescue her mum, and tells Dante, take the cards, but don't be here when Jax gets here. He doesn't listen. He releases Teller and all the fates from the deck of cards, and then proceeds to abandon her after making out with her and abandon her. They're on the steps where Jax finds her and takes her back to her sister, who's given Julian a second chance, but is also given the counter chance because she asked Jax to find the count. So she's messaging, lettering with him and stuff. We see more of that in the next book, but besides the point. The Empress dies because it was revealed that the lost heir was back. So Jax was no longer now the next heir to the throne. The Empress dies and the new heir is released, and lo and behold, who is it, my ladies and gentlemen? Legend. Dante is the lost heir to the throne. So Teller is very much doesn't believe him and thinks obviously it's all part of the game. At this point, you never know. But yeah, believes he's just doing it as part of the game. And then obviously the next day, it is Teller's birthday. We only see briefly, it's the epilogue, only briefly. She turns 17, and of course, he has left a card and a rose for her. She, like a letter and a rose, obviously, because it's him. She expects nothing less and hopes that, he's already regretting what he did, but it's legend, it's Dante, does he really? And the letter that he had left for her on her birthday is Donatella. I believe it's your birthday. I also believe we have unfinished business. I still owe you a prize for winning Caraval. Find me whenever you wish to collect. I'll be waiting. Legend. So he'll be waiting. Legend will be waiting. Isn't he always waiting? So, yes, we finished it. Still 5 stars. Still loved it just the same. Tomorrow I will be starting finale. Like I said, it's like 11:30. Now coming up to about 20 to 12. So we'll be starting finale tomorrow. It's a chunker. It's 456. But my aim is tomorrow, because I've got to get loads of work done in the morning. I've got to get work done in the morning, and then I'm kind of going out of hours for the next couple of days. So I'm going to try and get a lot done in the morning. And then in the evening, I'm going to read. The hope is tomorrow, if I can get to at least the 100-page mark tomorrow, I'll be happy. Tuesday, we have a funeral, so I'll do some reading in the morning before we head off and stuff. And then it's back here for the wake. And I probably will get some reading done afternoon, evening time, depending how things go. If I can try and get to the 300 mark, I'll be very happy. So if I can get, like I say, tomorrow, if I can get 100 or over, will be good. And then the Tuesday, if I can get to the 300, will be good. And then Wednesday morning, I can just smash out the last bit. So that is the aim of the game and what we're going to be planning for the rest of the vlog. But yeah, I'm going to stop. I can't function. So we're going to crash. We're going to see you guys tomorrow with an update. But yeah, I did finish it though. I did finish Legendary, and I done it in the day that I did last time. Because I actually, by doing some work bits this morning with my niece, I just spent the day reading sprints, and then me and Moore were just sat reading for hours. So yeah, I think it was something like 8-9 hours me and Moore were reading for. So all good. Yeah, that's where we're at. That's where I'm going to leave it, because I'm shattered. And I'll catch you guys tomorrow with an update. Lovelies. I have a bit of an update, but not one I wanted to give. I think you can probably tell by my voice. I'm not feeling well. I have felt shit all fucking day. This morning, I don't know what the fuck happened. I don't know if I was stretching and yawning at the same time or what. But I've done mass damage up in my throat, into my ear, and then I've had like the worst headache all day. I managed to get my video edit uploaded and my orders packed, and then I went to sit and read, but my headache was not budging, so I only read a little bit, and then I had a sleep, hoping that maybe if I slept it off it'd be fine. I've woken up, my headache's still there pounding, but I did read a bit more, so I'm up to chapter 7, page 41, so I've made a little dent. Not quite, like I said, where I wanted to be. I wanted to be at the 100-page mark today, if I could. That was my aim, but obviously you can't help shit. If you're ill, you're ill. You can't help it. So, and obviously I wasn't really expecting to be shit today, because I rested a lot yesterday. But obviously, like I said, this morning's, I don't even know what the fuck happened. All I know is I was in an excruciating pain when I woke up this morning. And it has not budged since. No matter how much pain meds I've taken, it has not budged since. So I am crashing early, because tomorrow is a busy day. I don't know when or if I'll update you guys tomorrow, because it is the funeral for my sister-in-law's dad. So I don't know when or if I'll film tomorrow, because the wake's also back here at ours. So I will probably read tomorrow. I'll read in the morning before we head off, and I'll probably read in the afternoon, evening as well. But yeah, I don't know if or when I'll get around to an update, but I just wanted to let you guys know. My aim is to still finish this Wednesday. I am out of office hours now until Thursday, so I'm not doing any worky bits. I just have one order to pack, but that'll probably get done on Wednesday. But yeah, I'm not in doing any actual work bits. I might maybe schedule a couple of posts, but very, very unlikely. So yeah, that is that. But yeah, aim is still to finish that on Wednesday, which I'm sure I will do. So yeah, that's the update. Like I said, not exactly where I wanted to get to today, but shit happens, life happens, it is what it is. But I'm gonna go to bed. So I'll probably then get up early and read because I don't have the carer in the morning. We're just doing things in our own time, so I can just wake up and read and chill before getting ready and heading out. So that is the aim of the game and the plan, and that's where we are at. So yeah, I am going to start rambling because my head is hurting looking at the screen, and I will catch you guys maybe, like I said, tomorrow. If not, it will definitely be Wednesday with updates. Hey lovelies, it is now Wednesday. I did say that I probably wouldn't update you yesterday, which would have been Tuesday, obviously with everything that happened. I didn't read much. I read like, what was it, almost 30ish pages last night. I didn't read much because I was still feeling like shit. My head was really bad, so I couldn't sit and focus on reading. Although I did start listening to an audiobook. I started listening to it on audio because it's a massive book and it's on this month's TBR. So audiobook was the way, this one. So yeah. But we have just had the encounter. So I haven't really given you guys a fully update. Let me start here. I haven't given you guys like a rundown of what's happening. But just so you know where I'm at, we have had Donatella go on the hunt for Legend after he stops appearing in her dreams. She finds him with the woman that is believed to be the woman that gave him his magic and entrapped her fates into the cards. And then we have had Scarlet go and meet Count Nicholas, but Julian was obviously the chaperone. I love that. It was so good. I love it every time. So yeah, Scarlet wasn't actually. Donatella was meant to be staying with their mother because they got their mother back, but she's still asleep, obviously being in the cards. Donatella was meant to be back in time for Scarlet to go off so they could stay with the mother. As she's about to ask a servant, Scarlet is about to ask someone to keep an eye on the mum. There's a little maid there to say there is a gentleman waiting for her. She goes down. It's Julian, who she has not seen and heard from in 5 weeks. So that's interesting. She says she needs to go because she was on her way out. He's like, oh, you're going to the Sun Festival, which is happening? She's like, no, actually, I'm going to meet Count Nicholas. He went, perfect. I'll be your chaperone. Yes, Julian. Yes, Julian. We love Julian. So yeah, he goes with them. They go to the Count Nicholas's house. They meet him. Everything's a little strange. The house is not to a good standard for the Count. And it turns into a testosterone match. I can't say the word, but you know what I mean, between the two males. And yeah, Scarlet in the end turns around and goes, you know what? Let's have a little competition, shall we? Shall we have a little competition? And they're all up for it. So that's now the game. So they will be having a competition to see who is going to win Scarlet's hand in marriage. So yes, and she'll give a kiss to whoever wins each game, and then married at the end. So that's fun, and it was really fun as well. As they're leaving, they're in the carriage on the way back. They stumble upon a family that is frozen, literally frozen. Scarlet can tell something's not right. Obviously, you know, Scarlet can see colours to her emotions, but she's seen them with other people every now and then. And she saw the purple colours of these family in their panic, and they're frozen. Her and Julian jump out, go over, and they see a little note, shall we say, that I shall read for you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If the sun hasn't set, they should all still be alive. But once this day comes to an end, I'm afraid this family will all be dead. If you wish to stop them from turning to stone, whoever reads this must atone. Recall your lies and acts done out of fear, then confess your latest misdeed out loud for all to hear. So, now that's fun. So, you know, Juliet and Scarlet have got to do this. And Julian is like, no. And once more, he goes, I should have gone along with the lie and said I was your cousin. Why did you say that? Scarlet asked. Because the last lie I told was to you. Julian tore a hand through his hair, and when he looked back at her again, it hung over nerves and regretful eyes. An awful sinking feeling turned inside Scarlet. His lies had torn them apart before. Lying was the habit Julian couldn't seem to break, perhaps from being a part of Caraval for so long. With all his honesty today, she started to hope that he had changed, but maybe she'd been wrong. I'm sorry, Crimson. I lied when I said I left for 5 weeks to give you space. I left because I was angry you wanted to meet the Count, and I thought leaving would make you want me more. It did. It made her want him more. Want him and hate him. And just then it almost made her want to laugh. It always hurt when Julian lied because it made her believe that his lies meant that he didn't care. But everything he'd done today proved that he still cared, and she couldn't get mad at him for manipulating her when she'd done the same thing to him. You're terrible, she said. But I'm terrible too. I don't really think the courtship game between you and Nicholas will be fun. The more I think about it, the more nervous I get. I only did it to test you and get back at you for leaving. So, yes, they do that. The family are back alive. Well, unfrozen. No longer frozen like stone. And the little girl, as they're leaving, runs up to them. Scarlett thinks she's going to go and give Julian a kiss on the cheek because everyone fell in love with Julian. Because it's Julian. Everyone loves Julian. But instead, she actually gives Scarlett a key. Now, when the girl hands the key over to Scarlett, she says, "There's more to this key than just how it looks. It's like how my family was when you drove by. I don't know what it does, but I found it this morning on the edge of the wall. One moment nothing was there, and then it appeared. I think it's magic, and I want you to have it because I think you're magical too." So the key was actually covered in greenish white rust and scratches, the colour of buried secrets that should not have been dug up. But when Scarlett then actually re-looked at the key again, when stepping into the carriage, it transformed into an aged piece of rust to a crystalline key that glittered like stardust and bewitchment. That's where I left it, her getting the key. So, that's where we're at. I've got some annotations in there. There's a few in there. Yeah. So, it is Wednesday. It is now... it's 12 o'clock. 2 minutes away. Yeah, I'm a little behind. I was meant to start earlier today, but I'm still not feeling brilliant. But we are having a reading day. Literally today, it's just going to be all reading. So, I'm going to get cozy. I've got my coffee. I've got some water. I've already had something to eat, so I don't need food. Yeah, we're going to get cozy on the bed, and we are just going to sit and read and read and read. I have 389 pages left of this book. Let's see what I can do. Coming in with an update. Oh, excuse me. I'm now lying on my bed. I'm up to chapter 22, page 158. So I've read a solid amount. When I last updated you guys before starting, I was on page 70. So almost 100 pages done today so far. But we are so good. So good. Sorry if I look a little blue. I have blue walls, as you can see, so it's kind of reflecting on me and I can look really, really pale. So excuse that. But yeah, enjoy it. So I left it with, what was the last bit I left you guys on? I can't actually generally remember. Oh yeah, Scarlett receiving the key. That was it. That was the last thing. I mean, this one might quickly because I'm scared I'm gonna like knock it, and all you guys are gonna hear is just some random sounds. But yeah, a lot has happened. So we're gonna go for a brief overview again. So their mother has woken, tricked Scarlett to go downstairs as she left and has gone to try and kill the fallen star. Scarlett, Donatella followed her, found her, and her mum drugged her, thinking it would put her to sleep, but it didn't, so she saw everything, and she watched her mum be killed by the fallen star. Jax comes to her rescue, takes her to where he's staying. He takes her to pain for the night. Jax is playing his games again, but yeah, she then goes back to find out they no longer can stay in the house that they're staying in, as in her and Scarlett. It's been ransacked. Dante, legend, sends guards to get Donatella and arrest her, and she's then in a jail cell. When he appears, he's like, "Look, I didn't want this to happen. I didn't want the arrest. I just wanted them to find you and bring them to me." All unravels. Scarlett is actually there because Donatella thought Scarlett was kidnapped. She's actually there with Julian. And yeah, Donatella reveals that, Legend knows Fallen Star's weakness, although he claims not to. But he won't say anything. He claims that he tried to find her in her dreams. It didn't happen because obviously Jax blocked it. He done a dirty there. There's one point, where is it? I've got to read it out. Where is it? Where are we? Oh, we're almost there. I can't find the page. In the jail cell, he's like, oh yeah, Armando is her guard, is in like her one-on-one guard, which you know how, if you've read the book with you and Laurie, you know what Armando is like. Oh, I guess I'm not there yet. Where are we? Yeah, so it ends up that Donatella and Legend have a little one-on-one conversation. She's found it. Yeah, finds out that Armando is her one-on-one. And then Legend is like, you're welcome to stay here in the palace. Legend pushed off the fireplace mantle and picked up his jacket from the clamshell shed where leather came from. Your old room in the Golden Tower is still yours if you want it, and your sister's old room is hers too. Tella narrowed her eyes. What do you want in return? I never wanted you to leave in the first place. Legend turned and walked through the walls of the illusion as if he just said too much. He never wanted her to leave. Oh. So yeah. Scarlet faints from all the overwhelming colours that she can see from everyone's emotions and stuff. Julian takes her to his room to rest. Donatella escapes her guard to go and find Jax to find out the Fallen Star's weakness and how to kill him. In the meantime, Scarlet wakes up. Her and Julian talk. They use the key to go to places, which is really sweet. The places Julian takes are using the key. So the key is a fated object, so it can take her to places that she wants to go, kind of thing, and find people she wants to find stuff. But yeah, it was really cute reading the places that they went. It was just like Julian. Yeah, Donatella finds Jack. They make a bet that if a gamble bet, like a roulette table, if it lands on black, they were going to talk. If it landed on red, it was that he wanted to be a visit her dreams. And I find the exact point. Yeah, but if it falls on red, you have to let me in your dreams. She's like, only if you do it, you can't block anybody else. So obviously we know who that is. It did land on black, but then jumps to red. Cheating, obviously. So he's gonna be in her dreams, but she follows him, finally finds out where she can go to try and find out. Well, I missed a bit. She bumps into Mistress Luck, which is another fate, who warns her that love is the weakness of all fates. If an immortal falls in love with a mortal for too long, they start becoming human. So yeah, that's their weakness. If that happens, they can become human long enough to be killed. So yeah, and then, like I say, obviously the whole bet thing happens. She follows him, finds out where she can go to try and find out another weakness and a way to kill the Fallen Star. Yeah, that's where I am. That's where we're at. But oh, and the Count has sent a gift to Scarlet, obviously, which was part of the first game, the courtship, asking to meet her in the following day to give the second part of the gift. She goes to write him to say, well, let me read this part. Nicholas might have been the safer choice, but Julian was whom Scarlet wanted to choose. There was no competition between Julian and Nicholas. Julian had won Scarlet's heart a long time ago. And I'm like, yeah, he did. And she goes to write Nicholas a letter to, like, thanks for the gift, but she can't. So she ends up deciding that she's going to go and meet him to tell him in person. Well, that's where I left it at the moment when I took a little break to go to the loo and grab a packet of crisps over there. So yeah, that's what we're doing. That's where we're at. But yeah. I'm a little jumbled mess today, as you guys can probably tell, but at least we're doing it. We're getting there. So I have that much left to read and get through today, so I will stop rambling. I'm going to more annotations, obviously. Have my packet of crisps, and then we're going to get started on reading some more. And I'll probably update you guys in about another 100 pages or so. Don't expect me to keep remembering what I left you guys with an update on where we are in the book, but little bits. We have a late little update. So I am now up to page 299. Infinitely. I'm so close to finishing. I have 161 pages left. So good. I didn't film anything earlier because my niece was sat here with me reading, like, literally all afternoon, evening, so I didn't film anything, but we are good. Everything's intense. I'm not even gonna try and explain. I don't think this happened now. I'm just gonna finish the book and come back to you guys with the final and just go through everything. So yeah, we're doing good. I will finish it today. What is the time? 7 in the evening. 161 pages. I'll see you guys in a bit. Is it the next day? Yes it is. But I have finished finale. I finished it off this morning. I had left it with like 103 pages, I think it was, left to go. But yeah, we are done. Still a 5-star, guys. Still a 5-star read. Okay, no doubt about it. It's absolutely, the characters and their story is just it was so beautifully written throughout all 3 books. But to see all the characters in this one, you know, and with this one we went back and forth between Scarlett and Donatella's point of view, and to see like the different things that were happening, just throughout from their perspectives was really nice to see as well. So happy with the ending. So happy that Donatella ended up with Dante, legend, whatever you want to call him. Scarlett is going to be the new Empress, and she's going to marry Julian. And oh my god, right? He went back to the dungeon to grab the scraps of her dress, so the enchanted dress that she wears, and made her gloves. He didn't trust anybody else to do it. Made her gloves for her to wear and to also propose to her. Like, come on, Julian, man, come on. Why you gotta do that to a girl? So yeah, absolutely loved it. Still 5 stars. But yeah, I have officially reread my Caraval series. I am ready to go into Once Upon a Book and Art. Not this month, in a couple of months' time, ready for the release of A Curse of True Love. I'll let you into a little secret. Yes, I've ordered 2 copies because I'm trying to hopefully get the wolf on the secret cover, like hidden cover thing. So she tries. Me and More are buddying up to try and do it. So yeah, but I have finally finished Nali, Caraval series, everything. So yeah, still 5 stars. Let me know your guys' thoughts if you've read them or if they're on your TBR. If they're on your TBR, you would have had a lot of spoilers, so I'm hoping you didn't. But either way, I hope you guys love this series as much as I do, because I'm so happy that I've reread a series I love, because now I'm in the mood for reading more. So all that sound in the end, isn't it? So yeah, I'm gonna end it there because this is a long video. And yeah, I'm gonna catch you guys in the next one. Let me know if you've got any book recommendations or any other vlogs that you would like to see down in the comments, and I will catch you guys in my next one. Don't forget to keep smiling, be kind, keep reading. Bye guys.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Wake up, today's gonna be a good day.